Yo, yo, this was done by request. To be honest, Madara is one of my favorite characters from Naruto. But for some reason, I never thought to draw him before. I don't really draw a lot of characters from Naruto, but here it is. Let me see. Throw this later on. I'm a full color this one. Oops. But the request did say draw him in my style, which I appreciate. 'Cause a lot of times people want you to draw in the style of the artwork or the creator, you know. And they even say, "Oh, that doesn't look like blah blah blah, so and so." And that's why I tend not to do commissions. I put in a lot of work developing my style, so it's kind of like, you don't want to see my style, ask somebody else, because this is what I specialize in. So I appreciate when someone is interested in what I do. Hmm. Excuse the silent moments, please. This is sometimes I get in the zone. Gotta make sure I got that layer on. Let me go back in here. I don't want that. And another reason I don't do a lot of commissions is a lot of times I don't like the way they turn out. I like the way this turned out. This turned out pretty well. Excuse me. Wait, do I need to do that? I don't need to do that. I'll just let that slide. Oops. I need to do that. Should I say things about Madara? I don't know. I know I wanted to record this video just to get double the content, because you got the video and then also posting a picture all over my socials. And it's just to get the most out of producing this. So like I said, I don't do commissions, but anyone who's watching me do my thing, if you request something and I like it, if I like the request, then I'll make it. That's only if I like it. What's the guidelines? I don't like lewd stuff, so I'm not going to draw any provocative images. Um, what else? What else would I want to draw? Most anything comics or anime related. Oh, I don't do portraits. Don't ask me to draw you in my style, not in my style, blah blah blah. And I just recently found out through experience I don't do pets. Really, if you're asking me to draw something, let it be a character, anime or manga character, or comics character. Maybe a cartoon character, depending on the cartoon. I'm not adverse to that, but for the most part, yeah. No portraits. I'm not interested in drawing people, real people. And make sure you like my style. There's enough reference of what I do and how I do it. So be a fan of what I do and expect to see what you request done in the way that I do it. I'm just trying to, because I'm trying to build my brand. I have no interest in copying the style of another artist. And I get that most bigger artists aren't able to do requests like that. And that's probably why people ask for it. Or and a lot of times people just don't understand the nature of like drawing comics and manga anyway. And they just know that, oh, if you got the skill to draw, you should be able to draw something like this, the way that it's, you know, just like people see you draw cartoons, they feel like you should be able to draw portraits. That's not always the case. I can draw portraits. I'm not interested in drawing portraits. Well, I was thinking about getting back into it, but my interest in portraiture is I would want to, I don't want to draw anybody on my iPad. If I did a portrait, it would be done live with the person. Because I used to just take get pictures of people and just take the picture somewhere and draw it. But I know, like, I'm not a photographer, but I dabbled. And I like to take photos of, like, real moments versus having somebody pose for a picture. I hate the pose for a picture thing. It's just not my thing. I know a lot of people do it and they get good results off of it. I'm not knocking it. I just prefer to like capture genuine moments. And so if I did a portrait, I would try to do that. I know it's hard to do a portrait without having somebody pose. What I tend to do is if I'm drawing somebody, I'll just have a conversation with them. Kind of like do an interview as I'm taking the photos or drawing the picture. And it gets them away from the concept of the pose, and then just acting naturally. And even if it's a portrait and someone's emoting, you know, I can quickly capture the face I want through rough sketching. But then if I'm talking to them, it gives me more options on the face versus if someone poses, I'm stuck with what the pose is. But if I'm talking to you and you're just having a conversation, first of all, however you're sitting, it's easy for me to do a sketch and capture that. So really, like if I'm doing a portrait, I just need to capture the sketch, and then the rest is kind of like I could fill in the blanks on my own, and that's kind of what I would like to do. Okay. This would be sufficient, but I want to put in the salsa mode. I don't know if I said that right, but okay. So I'm gonna drop. Wait, let me get out of there. Drop this black in there. Boom. Oops. So don't ask me for no portraits. It won't happen. Okay. Now what? Put this layer on. Colorway. Let's go. Let's do this. And so it's a little. It's kind of like a trick I developed. Let me take that black off. No, put that on. Take the black off. When I'm doing like color effects, like energy and special moves and stuff. Like on paper with pencil, like I'm not as like I would say I'm a master penciler. There's nothing on the earth that I couldn't render with a pencil. And I'm a great inker. Those things I'm amazing at. What I suck at is coloring. That is not my forte. But I try to make do. And I develop little tips and tricks of my own that really makes the coloring more like drawing. And so I'm more capable in that way. And this probably isn't what Madara Sasano looks like. As part of drawing in my own style, I'm gonna take some liberties and just do things my own way. Excuse me. I really enjoy this. This is dope. Even if I do say so myself. Hope the person who requested it enjoys it. I appreciate the request. Sometimes I need that. Sometimes I need to like draw things that aren't my projects. That's like I love, especially when I'm dealing with a writer or another artist that really gets what I do. Shout to Winston Williams. I don't know if he'll hear this, but I always gotta give props to Winston because that's somebody I collaborated with that just really let me do my thing when it came to like, he would write something and I would just take it and really do my thing, and he'll just let me, you know, just be creative as I want it to be. And so that's when I do my best work. I'm not saying I'm not willing to take criticism or change things, but I do have a process that allows for that. It does get annoying when folks ignore the process, even after I explain it. I never take anyone in blind. So let's take this off, put this back on, and then we can go in here, let's go back to the black, and then we can erase. I won't erase yet. I'm gonna check something out. Now, as I'm coloring, it's something I discovered, I came across. I can't say I didn't invent it, but in my research, this helped me put, dare I say, a little more, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me give the colors a little more vibrancy. I don't know. I don't know the words I'm looking for. Somebody help me with the language. Like I said, I'm not a color guy. Oh, god damn it. Stop it. Well, I kind of do my colors flat, but so if we get this layer right here, put it on multiply, it means it won't interfere with the lines. And the first color layer I do is I take it down to the opacity, put that down to 10, take everything off. And this is like to drop an overall palette layer. It gives, depending on the color you choose, it really sets the tone for everything. This is Madara. I want it bright. I'm gonna give it more bright red. And that's kind of like a little undertone. Now see, I'm dropping everything back in there. We can see the difference. So now, usually I go in and do the shading from here. So I have to pick this gray. Oops. So put it on multiply. And I take the gray down to 65% and the opacity. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get into here, get into there. We're going to do that like that. Let me see. Get into that. Okay, that works. Alright. Clean stuff up. I want to make sure that all the lines come from behind here. Look like they're coming from behind here. Then you got the ones coming in front. That's why I want to know, should I remove the black right here where it comes in front? But Sasano is kind of transparent. Let's get back into the grays. Let's get out of there. Boop, 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 like that. Gotta do that texturizer. This is the beauty of the layers. You can move things when you don't want them or need them. Let me see. Now that interferes with that. But let's say I'll put the grays down here. Now I'll put that on. Okay, now don't interfere. But then what happens if I do this? I might have just discovered something. Once again, excuse the silence, getting in the zone. Hope that this video isn't too long. I don't mind long form. Chop it up. Hope this one do well. This is one of my favorites. As far as like fan art that I've done. So once again, thanks for the idea. I don't know why. Like I said, Madara's one of my favorite characters. I don't know why I never thought to draw him. Like I drew a Naruto for someone, except I drew it traditionally, and man, it was so good. I wish I could have kept it. I wanted to recreate it, but it's one of those pieces where I feel like it is what it is. Like I don't feel like it was any way to recreate it and make it as good as it was. It would just keep getting worse if I tried. So I just left it alone and let that person have it. They helped me out of a jam, and their active repayment was draw Naruto in Sage mode, standing on top of Karma. They gave me an idea, and I kind of ran with it. And that was another case of somebody looking for my style, and I'm happy to oblige. So you're looking for commission work or stuff like that, like always keep in mind the person you're asking. And know what you're getting. Okay, almost done. The next part is the easiest part, and that's dropping the flat colors on. At first I used to drop the flats and then shade, but when I started doing black and white for the volume series, the anthologies, I got used to putting the shades on first. Because if it could look good in black and white, then you know it's going to look good when you drop the color on. So what I'll do now is I'm going to go here, and another layer, take it to multiply, take the opacity, I hope I'm saying that right, 50, 55, 10 less than the shading. Wait, I fucked up. Let me go back to the shading. Cause I didn't shade homeboy's face. Let me see. Let's do this. Let's get into this. So let's take this off. Let's take this off. Let's put this on. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Let's see. I really enjoy this. This is dope. I know some people that don't like that language, but I don't care. I'm saying it and I'm using it. It means it's good, guys. This is good. Let me see. Let me do this. I know Sasano is usually purple, but I like the way this looks. So I'm going for it. Let me fill in the blanks. Forgive me if I'm saying names wrong, okay? I apologize. Please don't tear my head off. Okay, now I'm gonna get this armor out the way. Okay, let's do flesh next. You know, got a lot of exposed skin. Turning out great, turning out great. Madara fans, check it out. That's pretty much it. Let's take this bright red and do the eyes. Okay, we'll drop this back in. Booyah. Now check it out. Let me see. Let's do this instead. Yeah, that color is too, it's too. Let me go back here. Mess that up. There we go. And let me throw my little Let's take it down to 5. Keep it pink. There it is. I'm signing off. I'm finna post this up. Oh, apologize for the alarm going off, but yeah, check it out. Peace.